Hey everyone. Today's a hard day for me. I had to relive some of the stuff that I went through by writing it out for some therapy, and when this happens, sometimes you remember things that you forgot about. There were some videos that I saw playback where you see this abuser abusing me, and then you see my behavior where I'm pretending everything's okay. And it just makes me realize how bad it was, and I'm so happy that I had this strength to walk away from this. And when people like this walk around and pretend like they're perfect, and they pretend like they're this clean-cut, kind, loving human being, I can assure you that we all can be fooled. And I was so traumatized and fooled, and I guess my brain was in survival mode. And so on days where I was feeling strong, I would react, I would scream, I would write really long emails and text messages. And this person has managed to not only destroy what life I was building, but this person has also managed to manipulate some of my loved ones into thinking that I was the problem. And there is somebody that is near and dear to my heart, one of the people who gave me life, who did the same thing. He did the same thing, which is why I put up with this, because I normalized it, just like the other person that gave me life did. And now I'm alienated from everyone. I don't wish this upon anyone. But I just have to say, in this video that I had to watch, I'm embarrassed, and I'm sad for that girl, and that old version of me, and I'm crying right now because this is it's so bad, it's so painful. And the amount of things that I made excuses for, and the amount of things that I tried to normalize and hid from a lot of people, and I was hiding it from myself. And this is why therapy is so important, because you don't even realize what you've normalized in your life, and you get used to certain things, and a lot of these things for me specifically were dangerous, and I wasn't even able to see it anymore. And I'm so embarrassed for that, but I'm owning that, right? And I'm not the victim anymore. Maybe I was, but I'm not the victim anymore. And this process of me learning where I went wrong requires me to review some of these behaviors that I thought were because somebody was an alcoholic. I didn't realize it was because they literally had me caught in a web that are very, very similar things to what like psychopaths and sociopaths do. And not even the people that gave me life, I don't think, would have ever crossed some of these lines and boundaries with each other. And so that just goes to show you, I was just trying to hold on to something that wasn't real. And the abuse, when I didn't even plan to review this, and I see it, and it's just, it's awful. And so, you know, I really didn't feel like making a video, and this is not the video that I want to make, you know, but I have to be real with you guys, and I can't just every day be there. Like, I can't be fake, okay? And so I feel very strong on most days. Most days I really am. And today's one of those days where I'm gonna have to go back, and I'm gonna have to watch even some of my own videos, and I'm gonna review a bunch of my healing processes, and remind this part of my brain that it's okay. I'm not living in that anymore. I am not the victim. I'm the strong one here. And while I may have been the victim in those moments of abuse, which, like, I think that, you know, as crazy as this sounds, you know, we assume abuse means that, like, the stuff we see in the movies where somebody's like literally being beat to death, right? Like, I mean, of course that's abuse, but I'm just saying, like, there's other forms of abuse that are just as hurtful, and the same parts of the brain are activated. And it has come to my attention that when people go through abuse of any type of prolonged abuse, the trauma that can create these problems in the brain, where the brain scans look a lot like what the brain scan would look like of a soldier that's been in combat for an extended period of time. And I initially had a hard time believing that, but now that I've reviewed certain things and proof of what I went through, it's insane how as soon as that person would walk out the door, they were, hi, completely different. Like, so the neighbors didn't see, so friends didn't see, so family didn't see. You know, and when these people go to lengths to hack your private information to try to delete the proof of everything that you have, I think that's a huge red flag too, you know. And anyway, I was hurt badly, and I'm okay, and I'm gonna take a little bit of time and just breathe and listen to some of my meditations and bring myself back to center and my core values. And, you know, this is tough stuff, you guys. And I don't want anybody out there thinking that I'm like completely healed. I'm not completely healed, but I'm on a recovery and healing journey. And there are going to be days where there are harder days, and I have to be fully aware of this and take accountability for this. There were many times where I should have walked away from this abuse, and I did not. And, you know, I'm not ready to share everything, and so, and I may never be. The thing I want to share is the authentic road of healing that I'm going through, so that other people feel comfortable going through healing. And it doesn't mean that you have to put it on the internet. It doesn't mean that you have to tell the world. But by nature, I am a messenger. That's who I was born to be, as a singer, songwriter, artist, writer. And so this is a form of that. And I'm not capable right now of putting out music and art just yet. I'm not ready. I have a lot of it, you know, in the works, but I'm not ready yet. And so, but I do want to somehow exercise what I was born to do, which is being a messenger. And so that's what I'm doing here. And so, you know, you're watching this in real time, and this is not the journey that I necessarily am proud to share, but I should say the reason behind it I'm not proud of, but I am proud of my healing, and I am proud of my recovery, and I am proud of breaking generational cycles that have broken many women in my family for generations, far before I was even born. And I think it's really important to stand up, and you know, I think if I had seen more people show their healing journey, I probably would have had the courage to do this sooner. And so I hope that this video brings somebody out there a little bit of light, and it doesn't matter how high or low the level of abuse is that you're going through. Just know that none is okay, and we have the power to break these cycles, and we have the power to stop it and end it, and it requires a process of healing. And once you get to that point, then you're able to really start standing. So in the past, I probably would have still been crying, and here I am, right? The tears are drying. I'm doing a little bit better now, and you guys are my buddies, you know. I've lost a big part of my support system through this, because this has come at me from multiple angles, and it's been very painful. And so, you know, I have myself. I am responsible for myself and my future and my right now. I cannot change my past, but I can stop this, and I can get control of my emotions. But sometimes that means letting certain emotions out in certain instances when it's safe, and when it's healthy to do so in a healthy way. And so that's how I'm handling this. And Truffles and I are gonna go for a little ride. Huh, Truffles? I know. She hates it when I'm crying, so not crying for too long. And I'm not proud of crying in front of people, but it is important for me to show you that it's not all sunshine and rainbows every day, and this is a process. This is a huge process. So I don't know what I'm even gonna call this video, because I basically I was trying to get ready to film, and then had this moment of overwhelm, because when you relive certain events, and this is what I talk about in my videos, where you're just the rumination, and some of this had to happen, okay? Some of this I had to look at, right? But like I talk about, don't stay there for too long. So I did it, it's done, and I've gotten it all out, and now I can start the healing process of, okay, I felt that, I know that, but I don't want to relive it again, because every time you think about something, the brain thinks that your body is going through the same thing over and over again, which is why it's so important to not do this to yourself too much, right? So I want to acknowledge that I'm handling this, and I'm dealing with it, and it's been about, well, it's all day I've been having to sort of work on some of this stuff, which has been tough, but for various reasons. But now it's time to take a deep breath and sort of shift gears into, all right, let's get back up on the horse, get back up on the saddle, and don't fall into the holes in the road. It's a little bumpy right now, but just keep going. And if you have a friend or a family member who's going through abuse, or has been manipulated by somebody with a undiagnosed or diagnosed mental health disorder or personality disorder, or if you have one yourself, All these videos are for everyone. They're for everyone. It doesn't mean that we have to be enemies if we're on one side or the other, okay? This is like, the more we all learn about this kind of thing and the more we're okay with it, the better society will be. And so we're allowed to hack our own personalities, okay? And our own trauma, and pull ourselves out of it and continue paving the new road. So anyway, I hope this helps somebody out there. I don't really know everything, that you're going through, but just remember that we numb ourselves in the midst of trauma to survive, and it's important to take the time to make sure that you don't have any skeletons in your emotional closet that have been built based on tuning things out. To be honest with you, I didn't even remember a lot of this stuff, and I was sober through experiencing a lot of these things and thought that I remembered everything, and it has come to my attention through proof of video and everything else that I was experiencing a terrible form of abuse. So anyway, both physically and mentally, and it does a lot of harm to the brain and the heart and the spirit. So today we're just gonna stick with that serenity prayer. It doesn't matter if you're part of AA or Al-Anon. This serenity prayer is just so helpful. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And so today I cannot change the past, but I'm accepting it, and I'm finding the courage to change the things about my life that I can, and that wisdom to know the difference is right there. It's right there. So anyway, it's okay, Truffles. She's like, what's going on? All right, it's okay. Okay, everyone. So sorry for the tears today, but today was a rough one. But we're gonna get back up on that saddle now. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.